Yeah, we just recently had a meeting, and yeah, we will with the chairperson work on that a bit more. So you suggest an in-camera hearing, obviously with the authorization of the Joint Committee on Intelligence.
Yes.
Now, these three are related. Much has been made, especially by Minister Mchunu, of what is regarded, because these, you remember, this is one of the reasons after the event that he gave for the 31 December 2024 directive. Much has been made about what is regarded as the disproportionate amount, hundreds of millions, as you know, spent on PKTT in relation to political killings, especially in KZN, as compared to the unacceptably high daily murder rate, especially in our poor communities. And in this regard, you highlighted the differences between the murder and robbery unit and the PKTT. But it appears, and you must please just clarify this, it appears that the mandate of the PKTT has been expanded or has been made more flexible. For example, your intervention on the 6th of December when Molefe was arrested, and when you also went to the Eastern Cape and dealt with the Fort Hare matter. Is it the case that given your position as the head of crime intelligence and also your involvement in PKTT, perhaps not on the same level as you had been before you were appointed as head of crime intelligence, that PKTT perhaps enjoys a privileged access to classified information and is perhaps then more successful, in inverted commas, in resolving murder cases than your ordinary murder and robbery unit?
Thank you, Chairperson. It's not true. The truth is, as long as we concentrate on this name, by the way, as people that established this team, we do not know where this name is coming from, PKTT. But then we have learned to join the chorus by saying PKTT. According to my view, that's where we are getting it wrong. We are concentrating on the PKTT. All what we have been saying is it's the methodology that needs to be adopted. Whether it's adopted by the murder and robbery unit, it's fine. Whether it's adopted by DPCI, it's fine. Why we are voting for this methodology, it's because it will deal with most of the issues and the problems that were raised by the chairperson a few minutes earlier, that we have integrity issues. Now, once you do not have the ownership of the docket belonging to a certain individual, which is what the PKTT methodology is against, then you would have dealt with some of the problems. So all what we are saying is it's the methodology that needs to be implemented. It has got nothing to do with General Khumalo being the coordinator and also the brigadier at ORS, because the PKTT, because of its methodology, was successful and its mandate extended, even when the now General Khumalo was a brigadier from ORS and a major general from ORS. It's the methodology.
But then surely that is a methodology that the National Commissioner, because it's an operational issue, isn't it? It's not for Parliament to instruct or for the Minister. surely the National Commissioner can direct that methodology must be adopted. And then there's also those, I forget the name of it now, I think it's Section 10 of the Police Act, where they have these, I think you have quarterly meetings, the senior officers, you know what I'm talking about, with the National Commissioner. And surely there we one of the reasons why you meet is to coordinate your work across the country, across the provinces. Surely that is where it can be discussed, and if it's effective and successful, where it must be applied across the board.
As per the example that I cited of a decision that was taken during one of the BOCs, that each province must send plus minus 5 members to PKTT to learn the methodology, which was done, but the problem was with the implementation. It was not implemented.
Okay. The Ministerial Directive of 31 December 2024 has not been withdrawn as far as I know, as far as we are concerned, or been set aside. We know, for example, that PKTT has not been disbanded. In fact, you have some, I think yesterday you said 600 and odd cases, so it's grown exponentially. But what about, you remember the directive in relation to the border management, and specifically the one where the minister now on leave directed that all posts in crime intelligence be frozen? What has happened with that directive? I think you did say that there are vacancies in crime intelligence which need to be filled. Has this been discussed with the acting minister, Minister Mchunu?
The directive has not been discussed with the acting minister in my presence. I'm not aware of any discussions. Yesterday, during my testimony, I referred to the discussions that I've had with the National Commissioner, whereby he indicated that the posts from our environment that were halted will be re-advertised. The task team is continuing with its work, so I'm not sure of the third point then as to what is the impact, because it's more related to visible policing.
I'm almost there, Chair. In dealing with the SAPS senior management, do all senior members have security clearance and so have access to classified or confidential information? And I ask this question in the light of what appears to be still differences and tensions within senior management level.
Yes. So not all senior management have security clearance, and it's a question that one cannot answer in this fashion of discussion, because one of the senior managers' security clearance might have expired yesterday. Then here I say is having, because security clearance has got timeline. So it's a question that needs to be asked, and then one then goes to the system and provides the accurate, especially if you are under oath, the accurate answer.
Then to access telecommunications of a person, private person, or an organization, entity, is authorization required from a magistrate or a judge, where you have to submit an affidavit to get that authorization?
Yes, in terms of Act 70, then you need the authorization from the judge.
So even crime intelligence conducting covert operations have to do this, except that you will go what they call ex parte to a judge or magistrate in chambers, submit the affidavit, and the magistrate or the judge
Yeah,
will look at it.
no, the intelligence community is afforded a dedicated judge that is dealing with their applications.
And that judge is not on your list. Okay, this is the last question. It's actually for you to confirm. I shared with you this morning some documents which were actually privileged or confidential about your arrest, and we know from your statement that you've taken it on review, and from what we've shared this morning, it appears clearly that there were a number of irregularities. And it doesn't seem as if the case, you will succeed, or alternatively, IDEC will withdraw their opposition to your application.
It confirms the evidence that I touched upon when I referred to the coincidence of the 6th of December. So everything up to so far, including the information that we discussed this morning, it's still confirming that coincidence.
That's the 6th of December is one of our important dates. That was the date when Molepi was arrested. But it's also an affidavit with a signed in Cape Town and commissioned in Pretoria. Something to that effect.
That's correct.
Thank you very much, General, and thank you for your time and your support and your dedication